It seems that Nia Long secretly despises Jada Pinkett Smith despite his outward displays of respect and amity. And there are actually a lot of reasons why these two are engaged in a covert conflict. Despite the fact that these two women have been friends for a long time, it looks like their friendship is only strong during interviews. In truth, Nia has a great deal of bitterness for Jada for the despicable way she treated her husband, Will. Jada and I often make the joke that I got the job because it was her spouse. And that resembles us. Nia fighting with someone for such a long time over a man seems a little ridiculous. She doesn't give off the vibe of being controversial. After all these years, the actress may still be secretly in love with Will, Jada's husband, and she despises the way his current wife treats him. Welcome back to Fame Reporter Channel, everyone. I have all the answers for you in this video if you're wondering what would have eventually led to Nia Long and Jada Pinkett Smith being at one another's throats for decades. Nia Long isn't even sure when the fight between these two superstars began. It appears as though they were destined to be at odds from the beginning. I'm not sure how that occurred. When Jada was vying for the lead part of Lisa's main character's love interest on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the 1990s, even though she had already been cast and was supposed to appear alongside Will, everything began. Nia Long was cast in this part instead of the actress because the production crew thought she was too short. Episodes. Jada was initially chosen to portray his girlfriend. I'd say no. Yes. I had no idea. That. Given that Nia's future career was determined by this part, it is more than clear that Jada, who is innately envious of other people's successes, took this betrayal and blow very personally. And it appears that she made the decision to physically assault her. On her own terms, compete with her. And since she was unable to land the part and portray Will's wife, she wed him in reality. And men, this family's dynamics are weird, don't get me wrong. However, it seems like Nia is aware of Jada's true character and regrets their phony and destructive relationship. There are even claims that Nia wanted to take Jada's position. Nia has love feelings for Will now that they met while working together on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But after seeing how content he was with Jada, she made the decision to let their budding romance alone. Additionally, as Nia once said, they were unable to even become close because to the poisonous climate in the industry, and Long has frequently been contrasted to Jada in all areas except. I was always in competition with the women that were there. Mostly, it was just Jada and I. The actress essentially stated that she and Jada had no shared interests and that Will Smith was the only person who had ever brought them together. Nia and Will grew close when Nia co-starred with the actor in the show. And I'm sure that didn't make Jada pleased. Furthermore, given that Nia and Jada were always pushed to compete with one another during tryouts and are now doing so even behind the scenes, guests did not foster any goodwill between these women. In that period. You'll see how we split up. Even though Nia made an effort to treat Jada with respect and friendliness, it's obvious that she does so because she adores Will Smith. And she apparently loves Jada despite her bizarre actions and the way she has treated her husband for so long. It appears like Jada wasn't really interested in being in this relationship. And she hurriedly wed Smith. Jada has been speaking what she feels. She continued to express her dissatisfaction with this relationship with Will over the years. Years later, she even acknowledged that she didn't want to be married on her Facebook program Red Table Talk in front of her daughter and mother. I didn't want it all. But we simply intend to get married. Got married as a result of Gammy's tears. Nia Long apparently hates Jada for squandering Will's prime years. She also doesn't want to end the relationship because it has already brought her enough cash and recognition. But it's obvious that this pair has been going through a great deal of grief. And according to Jada, she is the victim in this tale since her free spirit was imprisoned in the container known as marriage. I simply felt as though my existence had been confined to this tiny box. Well, Jada's independence allowed her to do anything she pleased. And as you surely well know, there were several controversies surrounding her marriage to Will. Do you recall the eerie romance she once had with the young friend of her son? However, unlike many couples who don't want to discuss dirty laundry in public, Jada brought the entire situation up on her program and talked about the specifics of this repulsive affair with guess who? Will Smith, her humiliated husband, of course. Many people concur with Nia that Jada is treating her husband with utter disdain. She doesn't even deserve him because all she does is interfere with his life by being there. I disagree with the way Jada treats the wonderful Will Smith, as one commenter said. Even though she doesn't deserve him, she still doesn't understand why he tolerated her mistreatment and contempt. I admire Will. Another person said that Will shouldn't have married someone who didn't want to marry him, and I hope he wakes up. The reason he would do it is now the question. Many people had the impression that Jada joined this relationship for a variety of reasons, none of which, in Nia Long's opinion, were her undying love for Will. Jada is seen by Nia as a shallow individual who is anxious to attract attention to herself and who uses Will to gain greater notoriety and reputation. The now-deceased rapper Tupac was Jada's true love, as everyone already knows, and poor Will Smith must constantly be reminded of this. But that he will never match the great rapper's talent. She simply adored him as if he were the epitome of perfection. The Fresh Prince was with her, though. Will has wasted the finest years of his life, in Nia Long's opinion. For the woman, who presumably won't stop grieving till the end of her days and wasn't even in love with him. Although Jada never acknowledged their personal relationship, we all know how she avoids labeling her relationships and secretly feels free to have as many lovers as she desires. Jada referred to Tupac's passing as the worst loss of her life, and it seems that she even reached a stage of depression when her and Will's daughter, Willow, sent a letter to the late rapper pleading for him to return and restore her happiness. Dear Tupac, I believe you are alive and well somewhere. I believe that my mother misses you a lot. Could you please return? Please return so that mommy and I can be happy. You should be here, please. And if you think this is strange, wait till the juicy portion of the tale to find out why Nia Long despises Jada so much. And as you know, Jada is a lady with an explosive personality who doesn't mind occasionally breaking the limits, so she won't forget her for wrecking Will's life. Nia was astonished and indignant to see Jada handling Will privately rather than in front of others. Actor Will Smith was seen fighting with his wife about her filming him without his consent in recently released video. And it is obvious from his expression that he was not pleased with this. Discovering our connection. Don't simply start filming me without asking, I would advise. Oh my goodness. Nia can clearly see that Will is unhappy in this relationship, and Jada frequently places him in situations where he isn't comfortable or has to deal with the fallout of her actions. And I'm not sure if Jada made the threat to ruin Will's life in order to exact revenge on Nia for spilling the beans on the character of Will's love interest or if this is simply who she really is. But according to Long, Jada's actions have severely damaged Will's show business reputation and career. My main source of income is my social media presence. Post your ideas in the comments section below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Watch my other videos about celebs and their troubles in the meanwhile. I guess that's everything for today. I appreciate your attention. Remain tuned. And I pledge to return as soon as possible.